How's it going? I'm gonna take you guys on a very quick garden tour today. It's been about 2 weeks since my last one. I was gonna do it tomorrow, but again, it's cloudy and rainy today. And everything's really grown since my last video. So we've got our dianthus here. That little shell I put under it to catch some rainwater for the little bees and things. You'll see them in random places. The lavender, it'll take till it really heats up to get better. Here's all my mini rows of carrots. They're really starting to get big now and full. I need to go through and thin them out, every carrot about every 2 or 3 inches. Like, you got some here, so we need to thin probably right in the middle there. I'll go through and do this after I'm done with the video. We have broccolis that I'm sure in the heat are gonna sprout or go to seed. And I don't have any heads on them yet. But worst case scenario, I'll cut them down and feed them to my rabbits. Another cabbage here. There's no head, but it looks pretty good. My thyme, I always let it flower. It's beautiful. I've got more growing in another spot. Sunflower. Here's these 3 blueberries here that we're putting in a new garden in the back next year to put them in, excuse me. There's some blueberries if you watch my shorts. It's the only blueberries I have. Hopefully they'll stay. Another sunflower. We've got a sun gold tomato, a Boston pickling cucumber. And this should be another type of Boston pickling cucumber. And I grow these up the trellis and the tomatoes in the back. There are marigolds and lots of little zinnia seeds in the back. It's a market cucumber, tomato, I think that's a cherry. Another market cucumber, but again, I grow up these trellises. Here's my new trellis that I just put up to grow tomatoes. Sorry if there's a lot of noise. We've got a little bit of tree trimmer traffic back here. There they go. So this entire plant was a volunteer. There's several of them here. And I have decided to just heavily fertilize and see what happens. Look how long this is. You can't really tell, but it's about 2 foot. And I'm gonna end up hooking it onto this trellis and it will climb all the way up it. Now you can't see, usually from there to there I connect wire like what you see on that one, so it has something to hook to. I just installed this trellis a day or so ago though, so I haven't got it up yet. I'm thinking this plant is either a Tromboncino zucchetta or it's a pumpkin. Got cabbages, zucchini, cabbage, zucchini. This plant and here are a butterfly bush. I started from seed and this is the 3rd year for it and I am so proud of it. It'll get all these butterflies on it. Here when it blooms, I think they're like, they're called frilleries and they're crazy beautiful. I've got another video from last summer up, a short. These right here are the stargazer lilies. I'm about 5'4", and those flowers touch my nose. That's how tall they are. And then you have all these sunflowers here. Most of them were dropped by the birds. I put in a few autumn beauties, and I think this is an autumn beauty perhaps, just because you can see the dark on the leaf right here, but it could be wrong. We'll have to see. That's the joy of it. This is my corn. It's getting much better. If I can get down here, maybe you can see a little bit more of it. I've got some pretty good stalks going on. it does take a little bit for the corn to get going. And here, this is my popcorn, and it was doing so wonderful. And then all of a sudden I came out and this whole row, it's like a little row of dead soldiers. I don't know what happened to them. Something, could be bad seeds, I don't know. But the other 2 rows are fine. This is my barrage, however you want to say it. I planted it once and it just comes back every year. Here's a seed head on it. Not seed, but flower head. This will make these beautiful little blue flowers that are edible. They kind of taste like cucumbers. More sunflowers. The 2 pear trees I still have yet to plant. Big sunflowers. Right down here that will grow up on the trellis, I have my loofahs. I dry them and peel them and use them for my scrubbing my body and washing my dishes. Right here, that's the Tromboncino zucchetta. More tiger lilies. And on the other side of this trellis, I do the same. Tromboncino zucchetta and loofah. And the reason why I grow both of them on this trellis the way that I do is because the loofahs are pretty much bug proof. Squash bugs and things will get on this and they won't die, but it's a later bloomer, so my zucchettas get going quickly right back here on this second trellis, but then they die out from bugs. So then I have the loofah covers all of it. These tomatoes, I mean, good grief, they're definitely 2 foot tall at least. That's a Pantano Romanesco. It's a red slicer. I typically use it for sandwiches, or you can use it for canning. That's called a Peron tomato. Said it's good for canning or slicing. I've never grown it this year. It's a new one for me. So I am very excited. And there's more lilies, sunflower. This is a new one for me too. I think it's called a Cherrylicious. Yeah, Cherrylicious tomato mix. And it should grow different colored little cherry tomatoes. Oh, and this is one of my favorite plants right here. This one right here. That's Felix. He is 7 years old. Had him since he was a kitten. He's a doll. More tomatoes, more sunflowers. This right here is some volunteer cilantro. I have it everywhere. I love it. When it goes to flower, I just rip it up. Some of them I let to flower. This thing right here, it is at least 3 foot tall. See that? Hasn't bloomed yet. It is going to be white. And it did try to flop, so I helped it sit up. This is an onion from my compost that I buried in the garden this winter. So I let it go. We've got our basil, Chinese pepper, golden sage, sad lavender, but it will be good. This plant growing right here in the middle, I just took a bunch of leaves off of it because it was covering up my rosemary and my golden sage. That, it's either a pumpkin or another zucchetta, I'm not for sure. I've been putting it up, trying to send it up this so it doesn't lay on everything. It was a volunteer, so I left it. I'm going to see what I can at least harvest from it before I pull it out. Citronella lemon balm, or dill, more basil, there's rosemary, my comfrey. I'm very excited about this plant. The asters. And I do have a holly and some other evergreens out here I need to plant. Got my little zinnia bin right there. Oh, there's Cleo. Hi, baby. Look, they look great. These get at least 5 foot tall. There's my potatoes. These russets kind of died off. Not completely for sure what's going on with them. But I got my first ever potato flowers. It's my first year growing potatoes, so we'll see how it goes. They're strawed for the final time. I'm just basically gonna wait for them to mature. It's an okra, I think it's a Clemson spineless Werikawi tomato. And look, volunteer Werikawi tomatoes. I obviously planted one there last year too. We've got our zucchini. It looks very nice. Look at the center of that. We got some flowers coming up. This is our yellow squash. I'm starting to train it up this pole. I didn't realize how much of it was laying on the ground. So I just put that up there. And I'm hoping to train it all the way up the pole. Acorn squash. I'm going to train it up the pole as well. Volunteer marigold. Another zucchini. Here's the cabbages and broccolis I've got. I really don't know if they'll come to fruition. I honestly doubt it. Just because here in Missouri it's going to start getting really hot. But worst case scenario, I can feed them to my critters. Here's my purple top turnip, wasabi radish. I really need to come in here and thin these. Actually, after this video, before the rain, I'm going to. So I can get some fruit. This darkened little line you see here, I did yesterday. I planted more green beans. These are some of my peppers. I plant most of my peppers in my green stalk towers, but I do like to plant a few close to my front door in the garden. Banana pepper. A marigold that's volunteer. Got our jalapeno. What is this baby here? Can't tell. Hang on. Get in a better position here. Ozark giant bell pepper. Our mini bell peppers. Shishito pepper. Our jalapenos. Oh, look. Look. I don't know if you guys can hear the thunder on the video. Here's my onions. I did have to trim them. I mean, they were 2+ feet tall and falling over. It was a mess. But I trimmed them straight across, and look how much they've grown up in the last like 4 days. Do you guys trim your onions? Is it weird to do that? I don't know. I don't know. Tell me. Here's my green beans. They are looking better. I did have to re-sow this entire row for some reason, so these are 10 days newer, a little fuller. Peas that I've left there just for show. I'm going to take them down today. They're nice. These plants in these pots, I got them as bare root pawpaw trees from a Tennessee nursery. I'm a little worried about them. I scratch them. They still kind of turn green, but they haven't done anything. And when I got them, they had some dead green leaves on them, and I know pawpaws don't like to be transplanted, so we're really hoping they work out. But I don't know. We'll see. I want to come down here real fast. These are my eggplants. They got some flea beetle damage, but they'll be okay. As soon as we start getting some heat and less water, everything will take off. We've had quite a bit of rain lately. These are my peas. I put lots of updates on them because I love them. I ended up cutting and tearing them out, but I left these little guys that were still in the bottom, and these random green beans. I am gonna put some pole green beans in here, but I actually didn't have any, strangely. My little herbs. Here's my lime quat tree. This is where I put Taco, my Russian tortoise, sometimes so he doesn't get away and can get some sun. But I haven't showed you guys this. I want to come down here. Sorry, these rocks are loud. So this is comfrey, some coleus, and here I grow a tomato. Typically I put a sun gold down here and I send it all the way up and I grow it across this trellis. Basil, citronella lemon balm, potapino. I have mint in there that's sprouting. And then this is my wisteria. It's been here for, I think this is the 3rd summer for it. And it does very, very well. But it just stops and it becomes a big mound up there, and then fall comes and it dies off. Like, does anybody know, how do I get it to grow across here? It's the strangest thing. It just all tangles up. And I've tried everything to get it to grow across and it just won't. So along here we have lots of rows of Sharons, and then I have hibiscus all through here. I usually don't plant any food. It's pretty rustic over here. But they come back every year. Oh, look. Look at that hosta. It's getting ready to bloom. Oh. And look, this one is. It's beautiful. And here we grow morning glories all around here. I keep this little fence so my dog doesn't run out. And we've got Miss Gloria here wanting to say hello. Say hi, baby. Hi, baby. Hi, sweetie. There she goes. Well, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll probably post another garden video in about 2 weeks or so you can see the updates. I can't wait till we start getting some harvest. Let me know if there's anything you want to see in more detail. Have a good day.